Okay, hello everybody. I hope you can hear me and see me quite well. Welcome to yet another week of Hi Rosemary. Welcome to another week of PRIFE 101, the weekly series in which we try our best to give you the most up-to-date, useful, technical information that you can take with you and use to build your business, to expand your network, and to find further and further success in your journey with PRIFE International. And with us today, this week, is none other than Datuk Soma, who, as all of you know very well, is our company's product advisor and is the official voice for PRIFE International and is the official source of information on the correct, accurate use of the IteraCare device. Today's program is structured as a question and answer session, and I'm about to hand this over to Dr. Soma. But before we begin with questions from members of the public, I would like Dr. Soma to start with this question. What, sir, is the question that you receive the most personally, that you think is one of the main questions that most people out there have? And why don't you start by answering that question? Because I'm sure that it's a common question that many people would have. I hand it over to you, Dr. Soma.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Mugi. Greetings to each and
Dr. Soma,
everyone.
we can't seem to hear you.
Uh-oh,
Wait, am I the only one?
hold
Oh,
on.
sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
You're
Sorry. No,
good,
no,
you're
it was
good.
on my end. We hear
Okay,
you.
you can
We
hear
hear
me
you.
now. All right. So once
Yes.
again, good evening, Mr. Mugi, and greetings to everyone who have come on in. Thank you for inviting me today. And I think this is a good platform to inform everyone about some of the things which are going on and some of the things which should not be. Right? Now, starting with the first question. Before that, I hope everyone is fine over there and relaxed and ready for this 1 hour. So before and to start off with the first question, Mr. Mugi asked about what is the question which most people ask you, and am I right, Mr. Mugi? Yes. Okay. Now, most people what they do is they want to know why, in spite of using this device, it still doesn't work on them. So they tell you, I've been using this a week, I've been using this twice, 2 weeks, I've been using this a month, and some of them even have gone on to 3 months, and they tell you that I don't see any results. Why? So then, when we get back to the very basics of how they use, their understanding of the device is completely different from what we have advised them. Now, for example, they catch the phrase 20 minutes, and what they do is they're blowing the entire body in 20 minutes, which is definitely is not enough, and it's not going to work for them. Now, and at the same time, what's happening is, there are two parts. One part is the basic protocols, and the other part is the problem areas. Right? Now, basically, there are two parts. Now, lots of people they're paying more focus on the basic protocols. So when it comes to the part when they are actually blowing on the problem areas, they're too tired out and they just do a little bit and it's done. And they say that it's not working. So this is the main problem area, and where people do not see results in spite of using it. And I think this is where we need to correct them. Over to you, Mr. Modi.
Okay, understood, sir. So, in that case, maybe we can start off this question and answer session with so think of a new person who has bought a device, they just received it over the mail. What is how should they begin and what should they do and to see the results that
Uh, what I feel is that, when they are buying a device, they're definitely going to buy it from a person they know or somebody whom they've talked to, who has told them about the benefits of using this device. Now, another problem area is the person who is selling them sometimes sells it more as a product which is being sold rather than a help to a friend. So, in this area, the people who it to another person, they need to also tell them how to use this device, because by now they would already have the necessary knowledge of using the device, and this should be informed to the buyer, okay, how the basic things about how to use this device. All right, so that is important. If they can't do that, at least refer them to a source or some articles or some area where they can get this information so that they can begin using. Otherwise, in a week or two, it's just going to be on the table without being used, right?
Yes, that is
Yeah.
Soma, correct. And what would those instructions be? Like, what should they be telling every?
Okay. Now, basically, there are two categories of buyers. One buyer is where he has a problem and he wants to focus on the problem. Now, the next buyer, the other buyer, is the buyer who says, I do not have a problem, but I would like to drink the charged water. So, for those people who have problems, then we can advise them on how it is used for that particular problem. And for the other category, of course, we can advise them on how to charge the water and also using the basic protocols so that now their health becomes even better. Now, let me start by telling you about the person who says that his health is okay, but he still wants to use the device. Now, basically, what's happening is on a scale of, if you look at my hand, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 to 10. This is where the health area is, all right? 0 to 10. 0 being very good, 10 being the worst. Now, normally you do not see symptoms until you come to around 8, 9, 10. Now, the person who is saying that he is healthy is normally between 0 and 7.
Sorry about that. Please
Okay.
continue, sir.
Normally is between 0 and 7. Now, where are you between 0 and 7? Are you nearer to 7 or are you nearer to 0? Now, if you're nearer to 7, sooner or later you're going to fall into the 8, 9, 10 category. So, the idea of using the basic protocols is to pull you closer to 0 so that you become healthier. That's the basic idea, and the water is definitely going to help you, and also doing the basic protocols is going to help you. But for the person who has a problem, he would like to focus on the problem areas. All right. So you're going to advise him to drink that water and at the same time focus more on the problem areas. When he has the time, then he can go back to the basic protocols. If you ask him to start with the basic protocols, yes, good, fine. But then by the time they finish that, they're too tired to focus on the problem areas. So the problem doesn't get arrested. All right. So that's where the problem is. Okay. Now let's come back to a little bit further on this. Let's start with the basic protocols. When you're saying the basic protocols, we have areas under the chakra points, we have areas under the lymphatic system, and we have areas under the meridian system. Now, these are the areas which we want to focus on. So this is basically for those who are healthier, bringing you to better health, and for those who have a problem, getting the body prepared for further treatment. But when you have a problem, people are, I mean, already suffering from it. They are in pain. They are already having less energy. And when you ask them forcefully to use the basic protocols first, by the time they come to the problem areas, they are tired. So let them focus on the problem areas first. Now, what I would tell them is blow. on and around those areas at a safe distance. Safe distance meaning not too much heat, especially for those diabetics, and for a minimum of 20 minutes. All right. Now we see a lot of people saying, okay, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And then there are also some who are saying, if you're using the premium, you go on a lesser time. And those who are using the pro, even lesser. All right. So actually, they all give the same energy and they do the work around the same amount of time. But what happens is, as you get the bigger devices, they work more, so the healing is faster. Now, for example, when you are blowing the device, the first thing is the device gets the energy in. Second thing is the water clusters are broken and they hydrate the cells. Now the cells have the energy and the hydration to function optimally. And when they function optimally, then they start moving things. The first thing they do is they start clearing whatever is unwanted in the body. And then from then, they start working the tissue, the organs, the system starts working better. So all this takes a little bit of time, and the estimated time is around 20 minutes. All right. Now, if you say 15 people only blow for 10 minutes, if you say 20, they blow at least 15 minutes. All right. So for 20 minutes is a good time where this happens. Energy goes in, the water gets in, and things start clearing, and then you see the results. So for people who are saying that I do not see results, most probably they are only blowing for about 5 minutes, maybe 10. So it is working. It starts the process. They do not finish the process. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. All right. So the advice is minimum 20 minutes, and you will see the results. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, and so my understanding of what you said is that for anyone who's new, use it for a minimum of 20 minutes. If they have a problem, focus on those areas. If they're in general health, then just do the basic protocol, which I believe is
Exactly.
the 10-step protocol, as long as they use it for a minimum of 20 minutes each time. Am I correct?
Maybe a small correction there, because now
Please go ahead.
the basic protocol 10-step protocol is coming into the open. I'm not sure where it started and who started it, and you only end up with 10 steps. I do not know what those 10 steps are. But when you look at the basic protocol, you're talking about the chakra points, you're talking about the crown, you're talking about the palms, you're talking about the feet. There are already 5 places there. And then you're talking about the lymphatic system, which has got 5 areas times 2, left and right, which is 10 places again, 10 points. And then you're looking at the meridian system, which has got 2 points, 2 areas. So now you have 5 plus 10 plus 2, which is 17 areas.
17.
So I really do not know where the 10 points came up from. So
Okay,
people are
I
taking
think
shortcut.
that's yes. Could you describe the basic protocol in detail?
All right. Now, when you talk about the chakra points, we are not talking about the spiritual points. Now, when you talk about spiritual chakra points, they're in the center. There are 7 points. Now, we are not interested in that. Now, what we're interested in is for health. Now, your palms, both your palms, your feet, and your crown. And people are blowing probably a minute, maybe two, and then they're done. Now, for something to happen, you still need to get that energy in. My advice would be minimum of 3 to 5 minutes for each area on the basic protocol if you want to see good results. All right? I know it'll take time, but you don't have to do everything at the same time. You might do one area, let's say the chakra points in the morning. You might want to do it later, maybe in the evening for the other areas. All right? So now let's go to the lymphatic system. Now, basically what it does is it takes care of the entire body. When you blow at the neck, here you're covering your head. And then when you are blowing at the in front of your elbow, I don't know, I hope you can see. Can you see? It's not showing, okay. So in front of your elbow, left and right, in front. That is behind. Put it on the other side. No, the other side, inside. Yes, yes. So both sides for the hands. The other side, inside. Here. Where is it? It's covering me. Okay. Uh, yes, that's the area, correct. Okay, that's the area on the left and on the right. And then behind your knees, left and right. And then your groins, left and right. And then your armpits, left and right. So you have 10 areas there. All right. Now this is to improve your lymphatic system performance, so that whatever is unwanted in the body can be removed efficiently. Now, for example, a lady who has got breast cancer, we find that when you blow on the armpits nearer to where the cancer is, and then you blow on the breast, the results are faster and more efficient. Right? You can see it better. All right. Then we come to the meridian points. The idea of blowing on the meridian points is to activate all the organs in the body. So from the neck down, and from the spine, and on the spine, from the neck down. So you don't rush into blowing those areas. You take your time going down and going up. Right? It'll take about 3 to 5 minutes, and you will find that the results are good. You'll find that indirectly you're activating your organs, and your organs are going to start performing better. So that is the idea of the basic protocol. Okay. All right. So I can't hear you, Mr. Mugi. Lost your signal.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you,
good.
Datuk Soma, for that explanation about the basic protocol. We're opening it up for questions for members in the audience. Rosemary, you have a question? You raise your hand. You can unmute and ask your question. Oh wait,
Good
sorry.
day
You
to
should be
you,
able to.
Rosemary.
No, you can do it now. Wait. Okay.
Yeah, cool. Okay, sorry. Kept coming up to say I couldn't unmute. Okay, so my question is, let's say this is the end of the wand,
Blower.
the blower.
Right wand. All right.
The 20 to 30 centimeters that it reaches inside the body, does it start from where the blower ends, or does it start when it hits the body?
Okay. The 20 to 30 I don't know whether you can see this. All right, you can see. Starts from here.
Starts from there.
Starts from here where it is emitted. Yes.
Okay, so if,
from here is about
Yep.
20 to 30 centimeters. So if
Okay,
you're
so
going to be blowing far, then it might not be so efficient
okay.
because it's more than 20, 30 centimeters.
Yeah, because what I've noticed with the classic is that even if you have it on the coolest heat, it's still
Yes.
quite a way because it's too hot. So well, and the Pro, I've got all of them. I've got all of them, and so okay, so with the Pro, which you can get it on cold, and I do it on my face, I can get it right up here, get it really close. So with the Pro as on the coolest heat, is it without the heat? Is it still doing such a good job as if it's got the heat and you blow it further away?
Okay, first of all, I hope you don't mind. D in ton. You have to mute your mic. D in ton. All right. Okay, sorry for that.
That's
Okay,
okay.
now coming back to Rosemary. Now, when you blow, what people tend to do is they focus in one area. So that is why you are feeling the heat. So what you do is, if you're going to blow in one area, of course, you're going to go further. But when you go further, you're losing the benefits because it's 20 to 30 centimeters. So what you can do is you come closer, but you don't keep it too long. You're constantly moving. Now, when you
Oh,
are constantly moving, you do not feel the heat. And you do not have to move so fast because I see some people doing it very fast. Now, you want that energy to get in. So you're not just touching and going off to the next part. Move in a slower movement, but do not stay in that position for more than 3 seconds. All
okay.
right, you're already moving constantly and you should be fine. And even for your face, you can use that at a safe distance. All right, if you want to get closer, start moving a little bit faster. All right,
Okay.
and the other thing, let me see. You're asking about the heat and cold, the difference,
On the
right?
Pro. Yeah, on the
Now,
Pro. Yeah.
technically, yes, technically, the cold air or the cold blowing works. It still works. No doubts about that. It still works. But the reason why you introduce a little bit of heat together with it is because first your circulation is improved, your muscles are more receptive, your cells they work slightly faster. Imagine a cold situation and a slightly warmer situation, right? Things
Mhm.
get moving a little bit faster. So that is why you introduce the heat. So actually the classic is designed as such. With the heat, you're already getting the circulation moving and then your muscles respond better. Now with the cold, the muscles are a little bit harder and tighter. The circulation takes a little bit longer to move, but the energy is definitely getting in. So that's the
Okay.
difference.
Lovely. Thank you. And
Welcome.
just to clarify, so if you're doing the
Yeah.
palms, so if
Yeah.
I'm doing the palm, I can move it sort of like this so it doesn't stay in one place, or just like that would be good.
Okay. Now, if you are going to focus in one area,
Yeah.
now even the palms have lots of these meridian points. So when you move them around, besides the chakra point, you're also activating your other organs in the body. So and they definitely cover a bigger area. It's not like you're doing acupuncture or acupressure.
Right.
So when you use acupuncture, acupressure is on one point, but this device covers a bigger area. So you're covering lots of things at the same time.
Excellent.
Where are you from, Rosemary? If you don't mind me asking you,
New
where are you
Zealand.
from,
New Zealand.
Rosemary? Oh, that's good. All right. I heard it's a beautiful country.
It's lovely. Yes, it's beautiful.
Good.
I mean, I do have other
Yes.
questions,
All
but
right.
I do have other questions, but I'll let somebody else go next.
All right, and we'll see if
Sure, you can
someone
always
else
come
wants
back.
to take up that challenge. Do we have any more questions from members of the audience? If you do, you can unmute and ask your question. Uh, we did have one question in the chat from Pearl. She sent it to me directly instead of to everybody. So maybe I can ask that. A child 5 years old is coughing for a month. Medication from doctors are not working. How can we help the child with the wand, please? Dr. Soma?
Okay,
Or
so your
Pearl, would you
line,
like to
I
ask
lost.
that question? Oh, okay.
It's okay.
Pearl, would you like to ask your question?
I think Dr. Soma heard you, right?
Yeah, I
No?
heard. I heard
Uh,
Mogi.
Yeah,
okay.
don't wait. No need to repeat. Yes, Dr. Soma, what shall I do?
Okay, so now basically, yeah, coughing for a month without stopping. Is it?
More in the evening, he will cough. Now, after 3 weeks,
Okay.
now he's coughing more in the night.
Okay. Was there anything else, influenza or anything before that, or together with that now? the coughing? Started with influenza,
At
flu,
first, it was a bit of a
fever,
cold. At first, it was a bit of a
cold,
cold.
right?
Then after that, he settled down. So the doctor is really very puzzled and wanted to give him on the third week some steroids. So the mother refused to give it to him.
Oh,
So giving him different types of cough mixture. So she rang me and I tried to see what I can do.
mm. Okay, now basically now what's happen would be happening phlegm, and this phlegm from being thinner will start getting thicker, and as it
Mm,
gets thicker, it gets stuck at the throat, and you feel like coughing. It's disturbing you, right?
mm, mm,
So that's what we are trying to get rid of. So when the immune system is stronger, the phlegm gets uh, rid of much faster. So what I would say is, first of all, focus on the immune system, which is at the back, right? And
mm,
then you can go on to your nose, mouth, and chest, right? So
mm.
these are the two areas I would say you should focus on. And on top of that, I mean, sometimes you couple it with some other things which are also helpful. If you can get some onions, mash them up,
Small
put
onions.
them in a plastic, wrap them, matter which onions, your soles of the feet. Just wrap them there, attach. If this is your feet, now you're putting the onions which are mashed like this, right? And then wrapping them and put your socks onto it so that it holds it there. And that actually also helps to clear your cough faster. So you combine these two, IteraCare and this, the results are really good.
Uh,
So
may
please
I
do
ask?
let us know once you try them.
Okay, I'll let the mother know.
Yeah.
One small question. You see, he's 5 years old, so I didn't do the 10 protocol because I was worried it's too much for him. So shall I do all the 10 or just concentrate on the neck, nose, and mouth?
Now go right now. Focus on the immune system and the nose to the chest area. Focus on
Okay,
that first.
okay.
Once he's better, then you can start doing on the others. Because being 5 years old is not
Hmm.
going to be sitting in one place for you to let him do everything.
Yeah, he's quite a good boy. And all the four places that I'm going to do, all in all, is it 20 minutes? Is it too little? The mouth, the nose, the throat,
No,
chest, 20 minutes.
the immune system gave about minimum 20 minutes.
Okay,
The nose to the chest give another about 20 minutes,
okay.
right? And then
Yeah.
being 5 years old, make sure not too much heat on him, not too close, unless
Yes,
you are
yes, yes.
moving constantly,
Yes, I do very
right?
slowly and far. And
Yeah,
he's a good boy. He drank all the energy water, 1 cup before. Then
that's
in the
good.
middle, he drank another
That's
cup.
good. That's good.
Yeah. Thank you,
Okay.
Dr. Soma. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Pearl.
Mhm.
All
Thank
right.
you, Pearl, for your question. Dr. Soma, this is a question from the chat from Lee Lan. Will boiling the
Lee
charged
Lan.
water, yes, will boiling
Yes.
the charged water change its structure or energy? If so, is it better to charge the water after boiling it?
From Malacca, right?
Yes, Yilan, you
Yes,
can
from
unmute
Malacca.
mm,
Okay.
if you'd like.
Good to see you and hear from you. Okay. Now, what is the idea of boiling the water? Why do you boil the water?
To make
Because
coffee
you
and
see,
tea.
okay, then, okay, fine. Because people from before, they used to boil the water for other purposes. Right now, that practice is not much there, except for those people who have aged, who were in the previous time. Some of them still do that. They boil the water. But right now we are talking about coffee and tea. Right. Now, when you boil the water, the idea of blowing, what do you call that, before boiling the water is because once you boil the water and you blow, the steam or the what do you call it, uh, it comes out, whatever comes out, your nozzle is there and it's going to get inside and it is hot and this is vapor. So vapor and heat, your glass might shatter. The possibility is there. So to avoid that, all right, that is the basic reason why we tell you don't boil and blow. But then again, when you blow and then you boil, it doesn't change the structure of the water. So it should be fine. No problem with that. Right? You can still mix your coffee and tea. In fact, you can even put it in your refrigerator, cool it, and drink it from there. In fact, I keep a bottle of charged water in the refrigerator and drink from it constantly. Right? So it should be fine.
So, Datuk Soma, does this mean that after you charge the water, whether you boil it or you freeze it or you cool it, the structure will not change?
Yes, that's right. It will remain.
Okay,
Right.
thank you.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Elon, for your question. I'm sure that was in the forefront of many people's minds as well. We have a question from Aris and Beth Sigwe. Rosemary, I'll get to you after this question. How about astigmatism? He asks. How do I blow my eyes?
Okay, talking about astigmatism, I think I can give you the best testimonial. Now, when I was young, I would say in my secondary school, I started having astigmatism and it had remained at 3.5 and 3.75 on both eyes until IteraCare came about. After having used this, drinking the water and sometimes I just blow, and mostly I spray the water into my eyes, right? And my daughter had this issue with her eyes, and I followed her to the optician. And since I was there, I tested my eyes. And in fact, before that, I was thinking that my eyesight is not as clear as before. But then, there are reasons for that. I'll explain why. So anyway, when I did the test, I found that my astigmatism has gone below 3 for both the eyes. One was 2.5, one was 2.75. So that explained why my vision was a bit poor. Right? See the optician, he will tell you there's no way your eyesight is going to improve. So what happens is you constantly increase the power as time goes by. Right? But in this case, what's happening is your eyesight is improving, becoming better, but your glasses are still remaining the same. So that disturbs your vision. So now you have to go and get your glasses changed for something lower to follow what your eyes have become. So even now, as I'm speaking to you, I have not done that. I'm still using the same pair of glasses. And I went and checked again recently. True enough, it's still below. And the optician actually looked at me and he said, I'm surprised because this doesn't normally happen. So I have to go to the optician and get my glasses changed because my astigmatism has come down. Okay?
Hmm.
And how do you blow? Okay, first of all, spray into your eyes. That's number one. It really helps. Number two, if you have the time, just go over them. Right? Not don't focus in that area, just move them along. Okay, that should do it. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Dr.
You
Soma.
have
And
answered that.
Rosemary, will come back
Mm.
to your question, your second question. Wait, unmute. Uh, oh wait, hang on. I think I said it that people
Now,
can't unmute. Okay, okay, sorry. My bad, my bad.
Okay, yeah, we got
Um,
you.
it was just related. Well, why I put my hand up because it's related to the what you said, Dr. Soma, about the cold water from the fridge. I was
Yeah.
always told that we best to drink the water room temperature or slightly warm, because it is better absorbed by the body. Is that the case?
Okay, basically, if you are looking at health, people are more used to drinking warm water, all right? So if that is comfortable for you, please do. It's definitely better for the circulation.
Okay.
But what happens is some people, including me, we drink cold water 24 hours a day. Even in
Okay.
spite of drinking hot tea, hot coffee, we still end up with a glass of cold water. So that has become a habit.
Yeah.
So actually, it is better to drink warm water, but your body is used to it. So for those people, I mean, you cannot just change habits overnight because that
Yeah.
water is still working, but the warm water will do better for you.
Okay. And just to clarify, you said when the water's boiled, so you warm the water, boil the water, and make tea or coffee, the water's still charged.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Lovely. Okay, good.
Okay,
Excellent.
just to go a little bit further on that, because people use the term structured water and then they use the term restructuring. I would not want to use those terms. You know why? The basic idea of using this device and the energy is to put in the energy. So the water absorbs the terahertz energy. Now, do you call that restructuring? Is energizing the water. Now, the second thing it does is the water clusters which are now in the water, they are big and they are small, various sizes. Now, when you charge, what it does is it breaks the water clusters. They become linear. Do you call that structuring? Now, the basic thing is first you're energizing it, second thing you're breaking the clusters. So, I do not know if restructuring is a good term to use, right? Because when you say restructuring, it's completely different. Unless, of course, you say that the energizing and the breaking of the clusters is considered as restructuring.
Okay.
You get that? So that is
Yep.
why it doesn't matter about the structure, because whether it's cold, hot, or warm, it still works.
Excellent.
All right.
I've got one more question, and it's
Go
about
ahead.
Sure.
it's about the BioFoot Spa.
Which
So
bio is that? That's two. That's one bio and
yeah,
that's one bio light.
yeah, the original.
The
The
bio.
Original, all right, the bio.
So is the aim with the bio to get to be able to have 30 minutes is the aim to get to 10 to get this to level up to 10 or whatever? What's the aim? Is there an aim with that?
Now, basically, when you use the bio, the idea is to get the terahertz energy onto your body through your feet.
Yeah.
Goes throughout your body. That's number one. Now, besides that, you're also having these negative ions which are going in. Now, the third part of it is where you have graphene infrared, which is the part which is thermal in nature. That's where you're asking whether it should go up to 10. Now, that whether it's 0 or 10, you're still having the terahertz energy in, you're having the negative ions in, so it doesn't matter which level you're in. It's just that
Okay.
yes, that's right. So some people, first of all, they are comfortable with lower levels of heat,
Mm-hmm.
and it works for them. For some people, it's a challenge. How far can I go? Can I go to 10? And then they find that it's too hot. They start adjusting lower and higher until they're comfortable with a certain heat. But what they find is over time, they could push higher and higher till they reach 10. And what happens is that when it reaches 10, the circulation moves much faster and your sweating is much more. That's what people are finding. All right. So basically, it says that more heat is going into your body now. And heat
Yeah,
is always good. Now, like your bones, then all diseases can be cured. Okay.
exactly. And just to clarify with the foot spa,
All right.
regarding, so if anyone's got any implants, like metal implants, they shouldn't use it. Is that correct?
You see, when you talk about implants, it's a general term. There could be any kind of implants. Some is more sensitive, some are not. So, for the manufacturer, he doesn't know what kind of implants you're using. So, he's going to tell you if you're using implants, please do not use this device because he's safeguarding himself. Now, the company also wants to safeguard itself because you might be adamant in using and run into problems. And when the company said, no, it's okay, then you're going to blame the company because in the first place, the company gave you permission to use.
Yeah.
So the company also says, nope, any implants, please do not use. But there are some implants where it could be just minor, and the type of material used also plays a part. The heat dissipation is much faster compared to other metals. So they may not be a problem for you. So in these cases, first of all, if you're using it at a center or at the office, they're definitely going to get your consent as to using this device. They want to know your background as to what problems you have, any implants. So, and then finally, when you sign at the bottom, you're saying that anything happens, I am taking responsibility.
Yep.
Because the company doesn't want to be responsible, the manufacturers do not want to be responsible because they do not know what kind of implants you have. It differs from person to person. So
So,
what you can do is in this kind of situation, if you really do want to use, you might start slow with just 10 minutes at the lowest.
okay.
Because the implants, the main problem is if it's metal in nature, the heat. That's number one. Number two, if you have a pacemaker, the electrical stimulation might change, right? So that's the worry there. So there are many people who have tried with success, but don't go overboard.
Okay, and what about silicone?
Silicone depends where it is. Uh, Sorry, if it is in front on the breast, then it might cause you a problem. But if in other areas, it may not.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
Because
Thank
the
you.
kind of silicone also differs. Now, some, if it's in the breast, then the space inside it also contains probably fluids or something there. But in maybe near your ear, it might be hardened silicone. So it's different.
Okay,
Right?
understood. Kevin, do you have a question? I see you raised your hand.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Soma. It's in connection with going back to the bio. If I've got the bio running for 30 minutes at whatever heat it is, and I'm busy using the bio while I'm reading a book or while I'm working on the computer, and the 30 minutes is finished, and I unconsciously, I don't intend to, but I just keep busy working for another 10, 20, 30 minutes. Is there any effect after the first 30 minutes?
Okay, in the first instance, using 30 minutes while reading a book is fine. But working on the computer is not advised because they ask you to stay away from all electronic devices. All right, that's the first one. Even mobile phones, for that matter. Of course, watching TV is fine, right? That's the first instance. Now the second one is where after 30 minutes, you want to go on maybe a short rest or some maybe without a rest, you want to continue for another 10 to 20 minutes. Now, what happens is more doesn't mean it's good because the body works differently. For the body, when you do something to it, whether you're exercising, whether you're carrying weights, in this case, you're using the bio, it works to a certain level. And after that, you have to allow the body to rest and you'll rebound one step higher. You get my point? The
Yes,
body rebounds.
yep, it gives it time to
When you
absorb
carry
and
weight,
benefit.
you rest. That when you carry weights, they will tell you if you use your hands, stay away from the weights for 24 hours before carrying weights again. The idea is for the body to rebound, go higher. Now, the same thing when you're using this, it is designed for 30 minutes with a purpose. 30 minutes is enough. Then the body, as it rests, it rebounds. Then you go on to the next level. So by continuing doesn't mean that you're going to push even higher. You
Can
get my
I,
point?
I get your point. Can I expand on that question a little bit?
Yes.
Somebody who's got sciatic nerve problems in their legs,
Yeah.
it's wonderful. It works well. It takes the pain away for maybe 30 minutes or an hour. Do you, I have suggested that that person uses the bio 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Okay. Basically, what we tell people is after one session, give a rest of at least 4 hours before you do the next session. So, which means that doing in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, with 4 hours in between each session should be fine technically. Now, then again, what happens is when you do too many times, a lot is happening in your body in a short span of time because there is something called a healing crisis. So, what it does is it starts clearing you much faster too soon. There are some people who can what do you call it, absorb it or take it in their stride, but for some people it's too much. So in this case what happens is the body starts removing it, it goes into the bloodstream. You find the bloodstream a little bit acidic much faster because it's unable to clear as fast as it comes out. Then you might feel a little bit feverish, you might feel a bit weak, and you might have some other signs and symptoms coming from that. So, but if you start slow once a day until you're comfortable, it's clearing easy, right? As it comes out, it's cleared, you don't feel it so much. And then you go on to the second one or so, after a week or so, then it should be much better. Now, coming back to the sciatica just now, if I may just add a little bit of my thoughts, right? Now, yes, using this device is good, definitely good. It's going to help you a lot. It is 5-star for inflammation and pain relief. But then again, if you have a problem which has got some underlying problem, get that underlying problem removed first. Now, coming back to sciatica, all right? Now, sciatica, where does it start? L3, L4, L5, that area.
L4 and L5.
Yes, that is the area where the problem is. So that is why you have sciatica. Now, when you use this device or use the IteraCare, the wand, it is relieving you of the pain which you have, the inflammation which is there. But the underlying problem of the L3, L4, L5 has still not been removed because what's happening is in that area, the cushion is being pinched out. This is a nerve. It This is where the spine is. It pushes out and touches on the nerve, and now you're having pain. And this pain radiates along your leg and is called sciatica. So what you need to do is you have to push it back. Until you push it back, this pain is going to come on and off because this has not been settled. This has not been resolved. So when you use this device, yes, it brings down the pain. Then after some time, the thing is still there. It's going to give you the pain. And then you're using it again. You understand what I'm saying? So in this,
I
is
understand.
that happening to you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying is that
Yeah.
the wand can't really help L4,
Yes.
L5. Either
But
I have to have cortisone or an operation to physically fix it.
I would suggest no operation. When you do the operation, the problem is more permanent. Now, if you get a person, I wouldn't advise. I would advise going to a chiropractor. The chiropractor is a person who sets these bones, not the physio, not the doctor. Right? The doctor will give you painkillers. The physio looks at the range of movements. Right? The chiropractor looks at the bones, how to settle them. So if he knows how to push them back, that part of it is taken care of. Next, when you blow, you'll find that in spite of blowing once, it's permanent.
Yeah, the person has gone to an osteopath, a chiropractor, a physio, and an acupuncturist, and the problem is still there. But there are a few things that I can work on. I've got one other question, but Linda has been waiting patiently.
Go to the chiropractor. Make him work on the L3, L4, L5. Because when you just go to him, he just works on the entire body. You would have noticed that he would have worked on the entire body because he doesn't know that you have a problem there. But when you tell him that I have a problem here, please work on this, he knows what to do.
Thank
All right?
you. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin, and also thank you for being so considerate. Passing the floor on to Linda.
Hey, Datuk, I have this lady who has a nerve problem and she has gone for operation she did twice operation on her right hand and she still can't use her hand and she drives also only with her left hand, you see, so her hand is, and it's actually, the operation is for the nerve problem, you see, the nerve problem. So does this IteraCare will help anyway, and how to blow about?
Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Also from Malacca.
All right.
Dilan, Linda, Pearl. Good to see you all here. All right, coming back to the problem, the hand problem. You see, sometimes doctors, maybe they are the people whom we trust, but they are also human, right? So they do make mistakes. Okay, I'll share with you one case. This is a relative of mine, 60 plus. Now, what happened was she was in front of her house. You know this red. He just came, pulled her back, and she fell on the road. And as she fell, she hurt her ankle. Right? She had severe pain, and she had to. I mean, she couldn't move very well. So what happened is, I met the husband who happened to her, and he told me that this thing happened. So I told him that this can be settled with number one, chiropractor, number two, the IteraCare device. It will take care of that. Going by what he told. Now, what they did was, when he got back and told the wife, they decided to go to an orthopedic because the son is an orthopedic surgeon, a specialist. So he recommended this the mother to another orthopedic surgeon who is his friend. So they went to that place. I wouldn't want to name the hospital or the names. So they went to this surgeon. He did the surgery on her, and the leg couldn't move. Earlier it was moving. Again, she had to go the second time because she couldn't move it. And he told her, I'm sorry, the nerve has been cut. There's no way he can reattach. So the first time he accidentally cut it, second time it was confirmed. So now she's on a wheelchair permanently because one leg it just doesn't lift. Right? So similarly, a lot of things like this are happening. Right? So when you go into the hospital, you sign a consent form where it says 50-50. You're never given 51%, right? It's always 50-50. It can go either way. And you're agreeing to that. So in this case, with your friend, probably the nerve has been cut somewhere. And that is why it is not moving. All right? And after 3 surgeries, if the problem is still there, then it's going to be very difficult because you need that nerve for the IteraCare device to work. Now, without that nerve, you can blow until tomorrow morning and it may still not work.
Okay.
Because the nerve is no more there. So I'm quite sure that it's already been cut. You get my point?
She's so desperate for alternate medicine.
The problem is you can give all the medicine you have, but that nerve must be working again. But if you cut that
Okay.
nerve, then it's not going to work. Got it?
Yeah.
So please check with her. Tell what the doctor has said because they won't tell you. They'll just tell you, I'm sorry. Okay?
Okay. Thanks, Doctor.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Linda. And Kevin, before I go back to you, allow me to clear a couple questions from the chat. One from Rebecca, which is to hair dry her hair, does she need to drink water? You know how the
Mm.
common protocol suggests that you drink water
Yeah.
before and after blowing.
Okay.
If you want to hair dry your hair, do you need to drink water? And also a follow-up question by Pearl, wondering if other people also feel sleepy after they use the wand. Dr.
Okay.
Soma?
The first question by Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. Now, the idea of drinking the water, what normally, I mean, what shall I say, independent distributors, leaders, they will recommend a glass or
IBOs.
two before and also a glass of two after. I personally feel that that is not really good. Why? Because you should be drinking the water from morning, the time you wake up till night. Why only 2 glasses before you want and after you want? Because you want that water to work inside of you from the time you wake up till you go to sleep. So stop the habit of drinking 1-2 glasses before after. Start drinking from morning till night and you'll see huge changes. All right? Trust me on that because I do that. All right? I don't bother drinking 1 glass before because the water is already inside. And that 1-2 glasses is definitely not enough. All right? And the idea of blowing on the hair, on the head, right? You want to, what do you call that? Improve your scalp, right? So when the scalp becomes healthy, your hair becomes healthy. So people are finding that the hair is growing back, thinning patches are becoming thicker, the hair is more shiny. Unfortunately, Calvin and me cannot say the same because we have lost our roots. Right? I know everybody was looking at us. Now, if the roots are there, it's definitely going to go back. And if I bend my head, you will see that wherever there are roots, they are strong and coming up straight. They go up high before they go down. All right? Because those areas where there are roots, unfortunately, we lost the roots. So for those of you who still have the roots, start blowing is going to be there longer than you can think of. All right? So Rebecca, Start drinking
Yes,
from morning till night.
thank you,
What?
Datuk.
Okay. So, all right. So the next one is Pearl. Sorry, I forgot the question. What did she want to know?
No, she was wondering if people feel sleepy after
Ah,
they
got
use
it, got it.
the wand,
Okay.
and if that's normal, I suppose.
All right. Now, when you're using the wand, especially on the head or face, you tend to be more sleepy than on other parts of the body. But at the same time, what happens is when you're using this device and you're drinking the water, it carries to all parts of the body, especially to your head, right? It easily goes into your head because now the carries more oxygen. So now there's more oxygen in the head. That's number one. Now the other aspect is, the frequencies. We are coming into contact with lots of frequencies daily. All right, the cable near your house, the electronic device near you, the computer, and so many other things. All right, there's so many frequencies going through your head. So that is probably one reason where people have problems sleeping. Because when you want to sleep, the ideal frequency for sleeping is theta. Okay, alpha, beta, uh, theta, gamma. All right, theta. Now, the terahertz frequency is about 7.8 or around there, right? The range is about around 4 to 13 terahertz frequency. It brings you down. All right. Now, theta is around 7.8, which is right in the center. So what happens is it brings your frequencies down to that range where it is ideal for sleeping. And that's why people feel sleepy. Okay? All
That's
right.
a very clarifying answer. Thank you, Dr. Soma.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Kevin, I know that you had one more question that you wanted to ask. We are going into extra time now. Any extra time that Soma gives us is a gift to us from him. So I think we have space for one more question by Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, no problem.
thank you. Yeah, just to also clarify on what you said with the sleepiness is the healing crisis. If you've used the wand for a long time and you start going into a healing crisis, you'll often feel a little bit sleepy. But my question had nothing to do with that. My question was, with the wands, the recommended treatment time is 20 minutes or so. With the bio, it's 30 minutes or so. What is the recommended treatment time for the iron shield? Can you turn the iron shield on and wear it all day?
Okay, basically the ion shield is designed for another purpose. The purpose of using the ion shield is as an electronic or air mask. Other people wear the mask like this. Now what happens is you're wearing it on your chest like this, and it is constantly releasing negative ions, 60 million negative ions, parts per cubic centimeter, all right? Each spurt. Okay. Now what happens is it comes here, comes in front of your face and covers your face 30 to 50 centimeters. All right. So anything which comes into contact, pollutants, allergens, virus, bacteria, smoke, they come into contact, they fall off, and you're breathing in clean air. So this has been designed to be used if necessary the whole day, assuming that you are an office worker, you're sitting in an office, so you're going to be wearing them constantly, all right, until you come back. But if you're at home, you may not want to use it for that purpose. But besides helping you with that, what it does is the negative ions, when you breathe in and comes in contact with your skin, also give you the health benefits. So there's no time limit for that, because each length of time you use, it works on you every time. Is that okay, Calvin?
Yes, no, that's perfect. Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah. By
Thank
the
you
way,
so
where are
much.
you from, Calvin?
I'm also from New Zealand,
Where
from
are you?
Hastings
Super,
in New
super,
Zealand.
super, super. Glad to meet you. All right.
All right. Wonderful.
Good.
Thank you so much. And just like touching on that note, a
after that
final question from
你讲的是什么？也是
sorry, let me mute Scott. Okay. So just wrapping this up with a final question from Yilan. I have seen people wearing the ion shield underneath their clothing.
Okay.
Is this effective?
Okay. The idea of it is to be outside where when it, you see, this is the emitter here. This is the emitter. So the emitter emits 60 million parts per cubic centimeter each time it emits. Now imagine if it is now inside, nothing comes out. It's blocked by the shed. So the purpose of wearing it is defeated. All right. So you're not going to have any benefits from using it. So it should be outside, not inside. Okay. All right.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dato Soma, and thanks, Kevin, for like showing us your ion shield.
There
It
is.
looks cool.
Beautiful blue
So we
color.
are out of yeah, yes. Okay, we are out of time right now, so I don't think we have space for any more questions. However, I would like Dato Soma to like share his final thoughts. Like, what would you like to leave behind with us before we end this call?
Okay. Now there's a saying. It's not enough to do things occasionally. It is more important to do things consistently. So when you use this device, you do not use, oh, I have some pain, I'm using it, and then it's done. Try to use it on a consistent basis every day because it is going to help you every day. All right. When you use occasionally, your body is giving you pain because there is something which is not working within you, and that is creating. Fine. Unfortunately, you can't. And this device is helping you to overcome that problem. And just because it has cleared you of that, it doesn't mean that it would not come back. Because now your body has gone back to what it was, and that problem may come up. But when you use it consistently, you will not have that problem again because now it's taking care of that. That is the first one. The second one, drink the water from morning till you sleep each and every time because each time you drink, it is working inside of you. It works from the inside, and when you use this device from the outside, things get better faster. All right. And for ladies and men, use it on your face 20 minutes a day. In 40 days, you're going to look 10 years younger. That's all I have to say for now. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Soma, for joining us
Yeah.
again on PRIFE 101. We
Mr.
really
Mugi,
appreciate, yes, sir.
sorry, I just noticed something.
Yes.
Linda, Leland, Pearl, they're looking much younger than I saw them before. Good, keep it up.
Ah,
All right.
yes, keep up the good work. Keep up the good work and keep up using the device. And as Gilan shares with us now, use the IteraCare consistently and drink the charged water throughout the day. And these are the secrets for your health.
Correct.
So thank you so much, Dr. Soma, for joining us. We hope that you would join PRIFE 101 once again for another session much like this coming up in the future. I hope to schedule you for it. In the meantime, everybody, thank you again for joining us every Monday in PRIFE 101. I have a very important announcement. Next Monday, we do not, I repeat, we do not have a session of PRIFE 101 happening. There is no PRIFE 101 next Monday, and that is the 4th of December. And that's because all of us at PRIFE are going to be going on our team building activity from the 2nd to the 5th of December. So there is no PRIFE 101 happening on the 4th of December, that is next Monday. And that's the only announcement I have to share with all of you. Everything else will be shared via the back office, or you guys can WhatsApp me if you have any questions. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining in. See you all next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.